Welcome back. Another week of the Rustbelt Sports podcast. And another
Browns W?
I believe so, my good sir.
Another Browns win?
9-5.
D-Hop wins again?
Again to the D-Hop, man.
Oh my goodness. Joe Flacco?
Joe Flacco? Taking us to the promised land, baby.
Oh my goodness, that man is electric.
I mean, turning a franchise into what looks like possible Super Bowl contenders.
Oh my goodness. You know what? All year we've been iffy on whether the QBs we had kicking around would actually help propel us into a deep playoff run.
And
Joe Flacco?
Joe
guy?
He came off his mom's couch and said, you know what? I got one more run.
I could do that. I could definitely do that.
We signed him to a contract. Hey, we'll give you $75,000 per win.
Absolutely.
I did the math. If he wins out the rest of the season, he only needs one more win after that to pay for all of his kids' college. You know what's in his mind.
5 of them.
Yeah, because he would have 5
of them. At
this point, he would have 4 wins.
Plus,
so then he needs one playoff win, and he's locked on college for all of his kids.
Oh, my goodness,
bro. They were smart with that one, man.
He was smart with that one. Man.
And they know something because in that contract, there's a Super Bowl bonus in there.
Absolutely. Honestly, at this point, it's looking like Joe Flacco is the best backup quarterback in the league.
Honestly, it looks like Joe Flacco is a top 10 quarterback right now to me.
Oh, man. I think you're right.
Oh, I'm saying, hear me out. I know a perfect spot. There's a Center Park in downtown Cleveland.
Oh, yep.
They have like a little statue there now.
Absolutely.
Move that out the way.
Just,
if Joe Flacco wins us a Super Bowl, we're starting to GoFundMe, and there's going to be a statue of Joe Flacco outside that stadium, and every time we walk up to it, we're kissing that.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be Joe Flacco on the shoulders of Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, and Joel Bitonio.
It's just going to be the entire injured reserve just stacked on his shoulders.
It's going to be our game pieces.
So again, another amazing W. The come from behind victory. It was electric.
You know what? For 3 quarters of ball, it was just a feeling in the room that we were going to lose this. It's a defensive battle, and we can't put it together. Joe wasn't looking that good in the beginning. Our run game wasn't going anywhere either. But that third and fourth quarter, I don't know what happened. We got the Tomlin effect, that fourth quarter comebacks in effect right now, and we just come out and win.
I mean, let's look. We'll start on the defense.
Absolutely.
So that defense, there's nothing knocking that defense today. That defense played great.
They were there when they needed to be, but you know what? It's a physical, long game. You even if you're Myles Garrett, you get tired.
I mean, so you look at it, and the fact is, we went into this, they gave up 14 points from the interceptions.
Yep.
I don't blame the defense for that.
It's how could you?
I mean, if you take out the interceptions, you're looking at 3 points.
Absolutely. They
3 points.
3 points to the Bears offense with a now this might sound rude, but competent Justin Fields.
I like Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, the way he's been playing, you said it earlier. They might not go with the QB in the draft. So. They might keep Justin.
Look at his stat lines. He's comparing to Patrick Mahomes on some of his stats this year.
Oh, well, to be fair, I get Tommy DeVito's comparing
I
with
get
Mahomes
that,
right
but
now.
what I'm saying is how do you go out and draft a new QB if you're the Bears when you have Justin Fields there, who is putting together now that they have a coaching staff that can coach.
A very nice defense with a very good anchor.
You give them another, wide receiver to complement them, maybe an actual competent running back that's staying healthy
instead of this.
That's a great
random room.
That's a great setup. I mean, no knocking the Bears.
Hold on. I got an idea.
Yeah,
I got an idea. They don't take Caleb Williams. Maybe they take Marvin Harrison Jr. Maybe they trade, like you were saying earlier, trade the first pick away, trade down, get something like 5-10s, draft Blake Corum. Trayvon Henderson, I believe he did not declare for the draft, and he's going to stay.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors, even, all of them so far. The NIL has completely changed the landscape of the draft.
Marvin Harrison Jr. might not even be there either.
Because there's rumors of him getting $20 million. So,
he'd be the highest paid NIL.
But that's a different video.
That is a different video. But Blake Corum on the Bears.
Oh,
instead of going with a Joel Ole or what is it? Fashion?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you look at it, and those guys are are all great players, and the Bears have potential to be such a good team.
Absolutely. Somebody must have let go of the reins a bit.
Yeah.
And let the boys cook themselves.
So a little props to the Bears there. Hard fought game.
Absolutely.
You guys put it out there. Your playoffs are on the line, and for us, this was huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we have like a 90% chance of playoffs now. We're 9-5.
If the Ravens lose, we're one game behind
away.
them of taking the division first off. But if the Jaguars lose, they'll have an 8 and what are we at now?
So if the Jags lose,
7.
If the Jags lose tonight, they would be tied for the Colts, I believe, for that division.
Yep.
So it's definitely playing to our favor right now. These wins have been huge, and we got to keep on it.
Absolutely. You know what? I've been noticing a lot more that Kevin Stefanski. You know what? Earlier in past years, I thought maybe he wasn't the guy, especially after the playoff year when we had the season that we did.
Yeah.
And you're just looking at that and you're going, man, I don't know, but he's probably one of the best in-game coaches.
I'm calling it right now.
He can adjust very, very well in-game for whatever their opponent is.
And I want to say it, and I'll just put it out there. Kevin Stefanski, to me, is the coach of the year. He took a team that has the number one payroll lost on injury reserve. You lose
$60 million.
You lose your starting quarterback. You lose your running back. You lose Denzel Ward for weeks. Delvit just went out. Let's talk about the offensive line. One starter
guy
from our offensive line was on that field at the end of that game.
Wyatt Teller.
Kevin Stefanski.
Thank you, Wyatt.
The coach
Thank you for being as good as you are.
So that's my summary on that. To go to the defensive side of the ball, it was a great showing.
Absolutely.
A lot of pressures. When we needed the guys the most, they were coming out, making the plays we needed. Mm-hmm. We held them. We locked down the passing game with Denzel Ward back.
Absolutely. Newsome was good, too.
Newsome was good.
There was a call
on that he could have had.
Emerson, he had that one call, but honestly, DJ Moore and him were like, they're just hand fighting a bit. I didn't like the call there. It is what it is, but honestly, a few of the guys that most people don't hear about had some pretty big days in our secondary.
And to sum up even more on it, Jock, again, has proven time and time again.
Game changer.
That he's a game changer.
You know what?
Second to Max Crosby still.
I remember when we got the year he was drafted. Micah Parsons went off the board, and I remember everyone being a bit bummed, right? Because everyone thought he was going to fall to the Browns. And we got Jock, and there were Super Bowl chants at our draft station in Cleveland for when he was drafted.
Jock's crazy.
And Jock right now is just stepping up in the role.
That guy is all over the field.
Oh, my God. He's so good. Talk about Jock's a tackle for loss machine.
Highlights.
Oh,
he busts through the line like nothing. The dude's always in the backfield.
He reads the field on plays that tricks the audience, just like Luke Kuechly did.
Yeah, Jim Schwartz
so
untapped that potential out of him.
Oh,
we saw flashes of it last year, but Jim Schwartz made Jock to be honestly one of the best linebackers.
Oh my God, absolutely, he is,
and he doesn't get enough credit. And I will say that right now, he doesn't get enough credit for what it is.
Again, it's like Danielle Hunter.
Yeah,
he's just having a sneaky good season that's going to float under the radar until off season comes, a few weeks before the season starts. The buzz is going to come back. And people are going to realize how good he was.
I'm going to say now, I think if we're looking at the season ended today and someone asked me, hey, what's the game changer on your defense that made you guys that year? I think Jock would be my answer.
Oh, absolutely.
We know what we're getting from Myles Garrett, but what we didn't know is just how much Jock was going to progress.
Oh, my goodness. And it is leaps and bounds. You're hearing his name on almost every other play like you do Myles Garrett.
Even the announcers are all over it. They're like, you just don't know how you do this consistently.
Oh, no, not at all. And he's just...
I love it. I'm down to see it. I mean, seeing Denzel Ward back out there, we locked down their passing.
Oh, absolutely.
Granted, it was a rain game, so it helped us a little bit. The only blip and all that, which, it's a Hail Mary, it's a jump ball, it's a 50-50. That was a heartbreak. For a moment.
That crushed everyone in the room for the few seconds it took. And oh my God.
He would have held on that ball. Oh my!
No, that would have been that would have been the highlight of the season where everyone comes back to talk about.
So the Hail Mary was terrifying. But again,
Absolutely.
when it comes to a Hail Mary, it's a 50-50 ball.
Yeah, it could go down to
at the end
anybody.
of the day,
Everyone knows it's there.
Like that, when you saw it right there and people don't believe it, it can take, when you swat the ball as a defender on a Hail Mary, there could be someone laying there, prime example, who can catch that ball.
Just waiting for the rebound.
So, thank you to anyone who's up there.
Oh, my goodness.
Listening to us. Thanks for that. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
As far as the rest of the defense goes,
you know what? Hirsch was out on the defensive line, and I thought that'd be a bigger deal than it was. But honestly, Tomlinson, oh, dude, when he broke through the line and just, same exact second the ball was snapped, he was through the line of scrimmage.
So beautiful.
It was so perfect.
And then they're holding on to him, trying to
stop him. The hold was absolutely crazy, but thank goodness we got the call. That was a good call.
I mean, the defense was electric. The one thing I want to see is we need to figure out how to take our home defense and bring it to the road. Defense. Because our defense on the road is a whole different defense.
It really is.
It's crazy.
They're a lot, I guess, more just out of it.
I don't know if they can't communicate well on the road.
Yeah.
That's my only knock on it.
Yeah. I got nothing.
To the offense.
Oh.
Let's get out of the way here.
Joe Flacco.
Which starting this game,
Stefanski's twin, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, more so there. Yeah, you could have sworn that, like.
Yeah, you could have sworn Kev just padded up himself and he's like, "I'll do it."
Yeah,
I know this game plan.
But it started off so rough.
It did. It really did.
It was a rough start.
Both defenses came out like a shotgun
Bears
blast.
Defense has come alive.
It really has.
The Sweat addition is one of the biggest additions.
Absolutely astronomical to me that he is leading the Bears in sacks this season.
Yep.
And the Commanders at the same time.
Sweat
I don't know.
Is crazy, dude.
I don't know what the Commanders were doing, getting rid of Sweat and Young from their lineup. I know they probably just didn't want to eat any contracts, but my goodness.
I mean,
that's so crazy.
You look at it, an offense, you look at the offensive line. I don't think Sweat would have had the game we had if some of our key pieces were still in there.
Yep.
Our offensive line right now is like, you pretty much can compare it to like a D1 like football.
Absolutely. Program. You know what?
It's crazy.
Georgia, Alabama, Notre Dame. We got the same line right now.
I mean, you look at
minus Wyatt Teller.
We lost what's his name? Pollock or
Pochik.
Yep. And then his backup came in. And so then that backup went out. So then we're on a third string center.
Yep.
Somehow still managed to do what we were doing. The run game didn't work, and they admit it. They knew that. You could tell by the end of the game they're not running the ball at all.
They were tossing a lot more to their.
They were. The play that amazed me was the Kareem Hunt direct snap.
I know.
To Joe, and then back to Joe Flacco, and somehow he got that ball off for a game.
I know. Joe just had some absolutely crazy under pressure throws today. Like that one to Njoku.
Oh,
we'll get to Njoku in a second.
Njoku's a whole topic.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a sec. We can't leave him out. He's top 3.
So as far as Joe goes, he came and showed us what a veteran quarterback can do.
Oh, absolutely. And you really saw, with the Amari Cooper throw.
Yeah.
First off, Joe Flacco, he's still got some zip on that ball.
Oh, it's crazy.
He's got a crazy spiral, beautiful, crazy zip on the ball, quick release. My God. He's moving. Crazy. He's moving like an ice skater out there.
Yeah. He's throwing it perfectly.
Perfect power.
The throw to Njoku, the one where he's like about to get sacked and he just lobs it perfectly to Njoku.
I thought he was throwing the ball away.
Yeah.
I thought he was throwing the ball away, and then all of a sudden Njoku comes down with it.
And then runs for what he runs
and
for.
And then more. Best down the field runner.
Oh, by far.
Best yak 'em up tight end in the league. One
of my favorite parts of this game is when he's doing one of his catches and he does that jump right at the end.
Oh, yeah.
They try to go over and like 3 guys just stop him.
Yeah, they just push him out.
You see him on the camera and his mouthpiece comes out and he's just smiling.
He
looks at the guys and he's like, I'm just messing with you. He's like, I had to do it,
It was so
Njoku's playing an elite level with Joe Flacco. That connection is crazy.
And
I remember the first game Joe Flacco came in, I said, he doesn't like the tight end.
No.
I'm like, the Njoku just went, and then next game he goes off. This game he's going off. That's 2 back-to-back big games.
Absolutely.
I think his stat line now is like 600 yards on the season and like 6 studies.
He's played 3 games. He's gotten over 300
No, I'm talking Njoku.
Oh, over
Njoku has 300 yards or 220 yards alone in the past 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. 3 touchdowns.
And that's absolutely crazy.
The
I know
Amari
he went
Cooper
off in fantasy today.
Woo. That Amari Cooper throw,
you know
spectacular.
What? I thought he stepped out for a second.
Same.
When I was seeing it live. I was like, no, you know they'll call it for the Browns.
I thought the Njoku catch, the first one, that was a questionable one.
I looked at that questionable
on the replay, and I could have sworn that his back heel was out.
It
but
just
hey,
nipped
we got the points, and that's what matters.
Oh yeah, look at that.
We're watching the Amari Cooper, and it's
beautiful. It's a beautiful. You know what?
Nice.
When they show the replay and they pause it at that point, right when he's about to release, Amari's not even in frame. There's 3 Ravens defenders right there. It's such a tight window, and that Joe Flacco just zipped that ball.
It was a
right
perfectly
through.
Thrown ball. Amari Cooper avoided the pressure
Absolutely.
of everyone else and got around him for the touchdown.
Yep.
I mean, we can't argue against it. Joe Flacco came into this team. We never had a big play. Every week we're having big plays. Over 20-yard receptions.
Absolutely.
Whether it's Moore, Tillman.
And we're throwing the same amount. We're throwing the same amount as we did with DTR too. That's again
the DTR swap. I do like. I like this DTR swap. It works.
Yeah, because I remember when DTR came in, Rico's first thought was, "Oh, their QB sneaking it." And honestly, I think that was everyone's first thought because that's what it's known for. For them to pass the screen, I mean, I loved it. Got us the first down.
Hey, if it
looked
for that
iffy
play,
at first, but.
That play
I just wasn't expecting it, and
that's
just so deadly.
Yeah,
that's such a deadly combo.
I mean, so those are the benefit, the bright side of what we're looking at.
Absolutely.
Got to talk about some of the slight downsides that we saw today.
Yep.
Which is our run game without that offensive line is
absolutely
bad.
But you know what? It was.
Luckily, Joe Flacco is making up for that.
I was about to say, bro. Luckily, Joe Flacco is just absolutely crazy.
374 yards through the air today.
The whole line's kept together with an ace bandage.
And fun fact: through 3 games, he will almost be close to tying Deshaun Watson. One more big game, and he'll be beating
Not
Deshaun.
even one more big game. One more good quarter.
Yeah. I mean,
because he's already at over 300. The stat we have right now is games played. It's 2. He just had his 3rd.
So he's at 565 with the 374. He's going to be what? Over, man, that's over 900.
Oh, that's probably
almost 1,000.
Almost 1,000, and touchdowns. He'd have a what is that? 7.
He's gonna actually he'll beat him in touchdowns. He has 8 because he had 3 today.
Oh, that's right. 3.
So he's already beating Deshaun.
4, and that's better stats than Deshaun right now.
Yeah. Which is crazy through 3 games. Deshaun played 6 games, has 1,100 yards. Joe Flacco has 3 games under his belt, almost 1,000 yards, 8 tutties, and he'll have 5 interceptions because he had 3 today.
Yeah.
But still, the stat line's crazy. What happens when you get a confident QB?
I think Joe Flacco is a competent QB. I think he's perfect for what we have. I hope he's a backup.
Oh, there we go. 939 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. In 3 games.
In 3 games. We're comparing him to Deshaun's stats.
He's averaging, that would be 13 yards a game.
Yep. Deshaun's stats were for 6 games.
Yeah, and Deshaun's at 6. It took Deshaun 6 games to get to 1,200. With Joe Flacco next week, he's going to be above it probably.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely crazy. And if we can get the run game slightly going, it's going to be unstoppable.
So here's a question for you. Seeing this, do we draft a QB next year? If there's even one left at the draft position we have.
Here's the problem. There's a lot of rumors going out right now that Deshaun is pretty much done with the Browns franchise.
I heard there was a lot of, they just don't like each other.
Yeah, it's a very not happy relationship.
Yep.
I think the Deshaun sitting in the boot or the press box or whatever, the lounge during the game really hurt a lot of the team spirits. They say it's because of his injury.
Yep. He said that he asked to be on the sidelines, and they told him no.
But who do you trust here? Do you trust Deshaun Watson, or do you trust the front office that's been putting together an elite team over the past couple of years, right?
No kidding.
I think next year Deshaun might be the most expensive backup quarterback ever.
Oh, we're definitely looking at Deshaun being an expensive backup QB.
Yep, absolutely.
It's a matter of time. I mean, at the end of the day.
Unless there's a desperate team that wants a quarterback.
Please, from a Browns fan, if you want Deshaun, give us a buzz.
Hey, New York. Any New York team that's not the Bills.
Atlanta, you wanted them to begin with.
Atlanta.
You were in the trade packages for him. You were the number one.
Saints.
Come on. Saints love wasting money on like washed QBs.
Absolutely.
But who do we need other than a QB?
We'll figure out the QB next
a running
time.
back.
We still need more.
Yeah, another running back would help.
But honestly speaking, for the offense, it was a great game. Obviously, we got to fix the turnovers. You know, that's a killer. We can't go every week. We lead the league in turnovers.
Yep.
It's bad. But we need to get that improved. If we can stop the turnovers, you know, sometimes it's the interceptions, sometimes it's the fumbles, you know. But if you look at the interceptions, a lot of them are tipped balls from our wide receivers that are causing it.
A lot of them.
Like Joe today would have had 2,
50-50
but
balls
there was the ball that bounced off the hands, landed in the other team.
Yep.
That's just unluck. It's a 50-50, you know, jump ball again. So, great offensive performance. The comeback was incredible.
Absolutely.
And I can't wait to see next week because it's going to be crazy.
Oh, it's going to be so electric. So electric.
And now my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite part of my Brownies this year. I have been saying it all year long. D-Hop is the kicker of the league.
Automatic.
The man single-handedly has won us now 4 games this season.
It's so crazy.
He still has the most field goals out of the league.
Yep.
He has the most points out of that. He doesn't have most total points if you include extra points in that.
You know what? I'm noticing that he has 34 field goals attempted. He's made 31. Perfect. There's only, that I'm seeing 2 kickers even close to that. Jason Myers from Seattle and Matt Gay from Indianapolis. And they only made 26 each.
Yeah. Now,
you know,
we can't knock Brandon Aubrey here.
No, we can't knock.
Brandon Aubrey is single-handedly the best rookie kicker we've ever seen probably in this league.
It's kind of crazy. Wasn't he like...
He was an MLS player.
Yeah, he was a soccer player. He's... 30 to 39 yards, 11 for 11 is pretty electric.
I mean, I give him credit.
He's at 100% for 30 for 30. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Scroll down a bit.
And his extra play is 42 extra points, which is also nuts. So between Aubrey and our boy D-Hop, 2 kickers that are absolutely.
I'd take D-Hop.
Look, I say I can't believe that we made that trade. That might be single-handedly the biggest trade that we made.
I think the words I'm looking for are Pro Bowl material.
Oh,
Pro Bowl material?
If D-Hop is not in a Pro Bowl, we
There's
need
something wrong. There's
us
something
Browns fans
wrong.
need to have a signed petition to
Absolutely.
the NFL to make sure that man's in the Pro Bowl.
Absolutely. Honestly, a lot of the Browns players deserve to be in that Pro Bowl.
What's crazy to me is I'm sitting here during the game. Normally, I would be like, "Oh, it's the kicker. It's all up to the kicker." Like this, you know.
Like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This year, I'm here like, D-Hop.
D-Hop.
We're good.
Oh my god.
He's got it. He's gonna lock it down.
Absolutely.
Incredible. And the thing is, one thing I will mention, as much as I'm not trying to diss Brandon Aubrey at all, he does it in a dome.
He does do it in a dome.
D-Hop does it in arguably what people call one of the toughest places to kick with that wind. The lake wind is crazy. We've all seen those balls move in
especially in the rain. Oh my god.
So to give credit to both of them, great kickers. I'm loving it. I love the kicker position. It's, to me, entertaining.
Very much so.
And I get a big fantasy debate. Take the kicker out of fantasy. I love kickers in fantasy.
I love kickers in fantasy.
It's so much fun.
D-Hop is on my fantasy team.
He's on 2 of mine.
A lot.
I won't bench him. I refuse to. Even if I knew he was going to have a bad game, I still keep him in there just for what he's done for our team.
Absolutely.
It's out of respect for him.
Absolutely.
So, in the special teams, I forgot. No one's talking about our punting.
Oh my god, our punting is kind of crazy, you guys.
We
our
have
punter,
the 3rd best punter in the league right now, averaging over 50 yards per punt.
Crazy.
Who has been elite. I think his longest this year is a 69-yard punt, almost 70.
What a perfect punt.
Which is crazy to me that he hits that. I mean, the dude is absolutely like electric.
Absolutely.
So the stat line on him
Corey
Bojorquez.
Nice.
His 73 yards is now to
that's
AJ
right
Cole,
up there with everybody else's.
AJ Cole, the Raiders, somehow has an 83-yard.
Oh my goodness.
Which I did not know that, and that's absolutely crazy.
That's monstrous. In a dome.
Incredible.
Wait, are they in a dome?
Yeah. Raiders is
in a dome. Again.
I mean, Bajorquez, we've had him for a few seasons.
Yeah,
3 or 4. Because we had 3, I think. Because we had Jamie Gillan.
Yeah.
The Scottish Hammer, as we call him.
Well, it's looking like he's
leading
second.
Second in yards.
Yeah, the other one leading more
than
the
Jets. Yeah.
Can we see the Giants stats on this before we start feeling down?
Yeah, the Giants might be crazy here. Let's see, Giants
33-93 from Panthers.
Yeah.
35-26 from
our special teams this year.
Oh
besides
my God, 592.
Our returning is still somewhat, questionable sometimes.
Who's
but
our special team coach? Where are we getting these?
I don't know, but our special team coach did something right. He scouted D-Hop out, but Bajorquez has been around. It's been great to see. I mean, honestly. So
good.
No knocking that either.
Yeah.
Overall, what a great week.
What a unit.
And now we go Thursday night football, right?
Yeah,
that's Thursday night this week, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's Jets. Is it Jets
believe it's Jets week, if I'm correct here. We will pull it up and see. It is Texans. My bad.
Ooh,
Christmas
Texans.
Eve Texans game.
Ooh, what time does it start?
1:00.
Oh no!
So the Texans is going to be an interesting game with C.J. Stroud possibly being
It's gonna be really
in or out.
interesting. You watching that game while you're working.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to not work at all.
So the Texans game will be crazy. They came back today against the Titans without Stroud. Case Keenum was their QB. Might be the QB again next week. We'll see how Stroud is.
You know what? I hope we get Stroud.
I mean, I think with them winning, Stroud's going to come back. I think if they would have lost that game, they maybe would have kept Stroud out another week.
Yeah.
Let him get healthy again. But Singletary's been going off for them. So that's kind of crazy.
Yep.
Nico Collins might be in or out, but they don't got Tank Dell. I think we eat that wide receiver room alive with our secondary.
I don't know who else yet. I don't know who.
To me.
Give Ocho Cinco a call.
To me. I think it's a dub.
I think it might be a dub too.
I think it might be a dub.
You know what? It just depends on how our line's looking next week.
Yeah, I mean the line's gonna be Batonio. I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything about Batonio.
That's gonna be a big one.
It's gonna be a real big one.
But I mean, to sum everything up in this week and so far this season.
Yep.
To the Cleveland Browns front office, whatever you guys are doing, congratulations.
You've put it together. You're really good at what you do.
And to go to Stefanski, if I wish this message would reach him, but it never will.
Kevin,
Thank you.
if you can hear us.
Thank you.
God bless you, boy.
For everything you've done this season.
This is crazy what
and
you're
to
doing
Jim
right
Schwartz
now.
and you for losing
Jim
the amount of people you guys have lost.
I could kiss you.
If we get enough views.
If we get enough views, Jim Schwartz, I'll put on some Coral Blue #2 and take you to town.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first, folks. Rustbelt.
Anyways, I think we went a little too deep into that one.
I think we went a little too deep. Sorry, Jim.
Sorry, don't take us too serious here.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
don't take
thank
me
you.
serious at all. Thank you very much, Jim.
You guys have done that. This team is incredible to see what we're able to accomplish with what we've dealt with. There's no other team that has the injuries like we've had. We keep getting them week and week. Every week we see someone go down.
Every week. It's actually, legitimately.
And then we come back and we lose Batonio. Oh man, our game's gonna be even worse. Oh, we won. We did it.
Turns out Cool Joe doesn't need too much time in the pocket to actually make anything work.
Yeah, no, that just
you know what? He really did have some great plays.
Took 4 sacks at a 38-year-old man, and he got up every single play. No Winston, no hard feelings. Also,
makes him feel like a 10-year-old kid.
I don't know who's in control of the helmets in Cleveland, but I feel like Joe Flacco's helmet's not fitted right because he always has that
pretty tight.
The man looks like he's been wearing something for 2 years when he takes his helmet
You know
off.
what? He just got the Jimmy Neutron head because of all the plays Stefanski has. I don't know if you guys saw the play calling sheet Stefanski
Oh, it's
had.
crazy.
It's huge. It's like 3 Denny's menus put together.
And that's a big
menu, bro. That's a big boy menu.
I mean, honestly, Joe sitting on the sideline is hilarious because he looks so just... I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here doing it.
One.
I'm old and I got kids, but you know what? I'm enjoying this. Thank you all.
Yeah,
every time
fantastic.
they get a big play, you see them just kind of marching down the field.
My kid just got braces after this win. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate it. My kid's going to be able to go to that Ivy League school now.
Yeah,
because I didn't make enough there in the rest of my career.
Oh, no, not at all.
But anyways, to wrap this all up, till next week, we got a big game against the Texans. One more win. It's pretty much, if we win next week, it's like a lock to
big
get
AFC game for us.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
Dawgs.
go get that W.
Let's do it.
Eat another one. The Dawgs are gonna go there and they're gonna be barking.
Absolutely, they're gonna be barking.
And I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see us in the playoffs.
I can't either. It's gonna be electric. It's gonna be absolutely electric.
So till next week.
Thanks for